Carl Johnson on Twitter has a question that we haven't ever talked about, as far as I know. I would love to know Rick's thoughts on CM Punk, especially with the Slammy segment with the two of them and Paul Heyman. So we can talk about the Slammy thing, but we've not really talked about your thoughts on CM Punk, the performer, his move to the UFC, any of that stuff.
Let me think. Well, first of all, I've never worked with him.
Right.
So, he, here's the deal. I've always gotten along with him. And you judge people about how they treat you. I never had any problems with him. I never worked with him. And I thought he was a good performer. Yeah, I don't know if I'd call him great, but I thought he was good.
I think you guys did like a big 8 or 10 man tag once maybe, but nothing that was like just you two really getting after it. It wasn't really that type of match as far as I remember.
Yeah, I don't think so. I watched him on TV and all that, and I thought I don't know what the problems were. I just know that he left here with a lot of controversy, and that it seemed to affect AJ's run here too. So I don't really know. There's so many sides to these stories. I just know that Hunter is arguably my best friend alongside with you, and I can't see Hunter doing anything to hurt anybody. And I know Dr. Amen. I can't see Dr. Amen doing anything to put someone in a position to get hurt. So
right.
That's all I can say. I mean, Hunter certainly wouldn't do anything to screw him. What does Hunter gain by screwing anybody, right?
Right.
I don't think he has to worry about going anywhere, and he's clearly a better performer when he does wrestle. So, and Dr. Amen, would never just dismiss an injury. That's not the way it works here.
Worth mentioning too, Rick, because you were going to get some comments when you said, why would Hunter want to hurt anybody? What we're talking about there specifically is at the end of the day, sure, wrestlers perform because they enjoy it, but at the end of the day, they're doing it for the same reason you go to work. They're doing it for a check. They're doing it to get paid. I mean, this is the way they feed their family. And if you've got a guaranteed contract for millions of dollars, winning and losing matches isn't nearly as important as did the check get to the mailbox on time. And I'm not trying to take the fun and the fandom out of wrestling, but when you're saying he wouldn't do anything to hurt someone, you mean to say, hey, he's going to honor the contract that they have, and he's not. But we're talking about winning or losing matches is the way people are going to hear what you just said there, and I don't think that's really what you meant.
Oh no! I wasn't. Well, was that the dispute?
Well, no, just sometimes people online say, "Oh, Hunter likes to bury people," and "Oh, he just squashes everybody."
And I say bullshit to that. He don't bury anybody. Why? He doesn't have to. It makes no sense. Anybody to think it out, okay? I mean, it's like, it's.
Well, when he was a performer, perhaps, because now everybody's jockeying for the same position. But now that he's part owner of the damn company, it's different. Like at my job, I employ people. I don't want one to do poorly and one to do well. I want everybody to do as good as they can because that's better for the overall company.
Yeah, he's in a different position now. Of course, we all, when we're working, we're all trying to be the best. But, if you are the best, all you got to do is go out in the ring and be the best. Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
Nobody can hold back your talent if you're in the ring. If someone said, well, I'm not going to give you a chance to get in the ring, then they're holding you back. If they're letting you get in the ring, you can, very simply distinguish yourself from your opponent or anybody else around that's got a problem with you being in that position. Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
Yeah, no, I know. I don't even know what the beef was about, but it wasn't about winning. If it was about winning or losing, I didn't know that was the question. I just thought that it was more about him being injured and them making him work. Does that make sense? That's what I had heard.
Well, that is part of it, and part of it, I think was, he really wanted a main event of WrestleMania, and there's nothing wrong with having goals in wrestling and aspirations in wrestling, but I think he felt like he had been passed over, where, he was not pushed as the marquee guy and was not in the main event and was looked over. But even though it's like a cliche now because it's been used on television a lot, Vince tries to put together WrestleManias that are best for business, and he's proven to do that even when sometimes the guys are difficult to do business with, like going way back in time, Roddy Piper or Ultimate Warrior or whoever those guys, and at times Shawn Michaels was very difficult to deal with. But he did that because he thought, hey, this is what's best for business. This will generate the most interest, the most revenue. He's going to consistently try to put out cards that do that, not just necessarily cater to some individual's aspirations or goals.
Yeah, I mean, most definitely. I mean, he's all about making money. I mean, if I'm going to look at the big picture with Vince McMahon, the thing that I have struggled with for years is he forgives everybody.
Right.
I mean, and that hence the saying is that what's good for business. Okay, I would have had a very difficult time forgiving the people that were trying to close down the doors of the WWE, but he rolled along with it and just said what's best for business. So, but a lot of people wouldn't take that attitude. I don't think you'd have that if somebody opened up across the street from First Family Mortgage and tried to shut you down. But I mean, you guys probably wouldn't be at the Rosa's Cantina having a beer.
That's a fair statement.